Howdy, hi, hello everybody, and welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about Yaloms' 11 therapeutic factors of group therapy. Irving Yalom, if that name sounds familiar, that is good. That means you paid attention in your theories class. He is one of the founders of existentialism. So basically, what is life type of theory, right? But he came up with these factors. These are curative factors. They've also been called curative factors as to why group therapy works, why it's efficient, and why people go back to it. So I'm going to share them with you and talk a little bit about each one, starting with universality. So universality is exactly what it sounds like, you feeling connected to the universe, aka those around you. So what happens typically is a person will have a problem and their immediate group of friends or people around them might not understand what they're going through, or might not feel that their problem is as big as they think it is. When you go to a group, well, other people there are struggling with similar problems. So you start to experience like, hey, I'm not alone in this, 1. 2, I'm not weird or bad for feeling this way. And 3, you feel a sense of connection and security with that group member or with that different group members. So that's universality. Second, we have hope. So hope is very necessary for change to happen. A client has to believe that through counseling, they will get better. If they don't, they're starting at a disadvantage. However, benefit of being in a group is there's probably other people in that group that do have hope. We'll probably convey that to you through the sense of like, I've been there, I got through it this way or that way, right? Next, we have information. Whenever you're in a group, this is like a meso system of the world. It's a small world in a room. You're going to learn information from those people, whether you want to or not. You're going to hear other people's perspectives and opinions, hopefully gain something out of it. For example, let's say you hear somebody having a similar conflict that you've gone through, and they'll share, I said this and this and it got better. Well, now you know next time that conflict comes around, how they dealt with it and it worked for them. Maybe you can work and do the same thing. Next, we have altruism. So each member of the group is going to start seeing themselves as a part of the group and that they're necessary for the group to function. The counselor will hopefully also convey this information of you are necessary here, you are valued here, we care for you here. That will make them feel better and want to share with others. Now, in terms of like the counselor, they often see them as like a paid person to be there, so they might not trust them as much or listen as much as a person who is not being paid to be there. The next one we have is socialization. So this is not so much that you are socializing with another person, it's more so that you are learning how to be in a society that socializes. How they socialize will teach you some tips and tricks on how to do it yourself. So this is listening to new ways that you can address something, listening to new ways you can share what you're feeling. And a lot of it you will practice within the group. So there will be like instances where you'll say, I really want to talk to my daughter about this, but I don't know how to tell her. And then another group member might say, practice on me and I'll tell you how it sounds, and so on and so forth. So you're learning new socialization skills. I haven't talked about this one or this one because they're one of the most important ones, so I'll talk about them probably in the next video. Catharsis. So catharsis is a release of feelings and being able to let it all out, and group members experience this not only in regular counseling but also in group counseling, because you're talking about some things that you've gone through or the deepest parts of yourself. You might not realize it at first, but you will get close to your group. And because of that, you experience catharsis. You're experiencing releasing those emotions because ideally you're going to want to feel safe enough in a group to do so without being judged. And that is the first, 6. We will do the next 5 in the next video.